drama trying to get Leroy online. Not quite sure why. So we're working on that in the background, but happy Monday to you all. Hope you're well and had a good weekend. Cheers. So we're going to give Lee a couple more minutes, try and get him on. Otherwise, we'll push ahead with the show. Good Lord, what the hell would I do on my own? Oh, I can see Leroy's trying to join now. So just if he pops up in the bottom. Bit early. Not enough wine taken yet. And that still doesn't look. I've got to love a bit of tech. Okay, bear with me 1 second. I'm doing my best. I'm old and bold. Is it working? No, Leroy. Not working. Not seeing Mr. Martin. It might be my end. So I think we're live. We've got some people on the side. Normally I rely on Leroy for this bit, so I'm going to have to wing it in his absence whilst we work. I actually have a technical delegate here with me trying to work away at the side as we're deep in work and getting everything ready for the upcoming races. So we're hard at it. We've had a long day today. I reckon Leroy's probably still playing with his ducks in the bath, but he'll be here. Talking of ducks in the bath, I saw a disturbing photo earlier on. Two of my compatriots that are playing with ducks in the bath, but that's another story. I'm going to try and throw Leroy up one more time. See how we go with this one. Leroy, you are a blue screen. You've never looked better. Can I send the link again? Okay. I can. And I can also email it too. So, how have you all been? Tell me on the side. I'm going to do some shout outs in a minute. See who we've got online. Hope you are all very good and well. I'll try and make this thing work. Failing that, I might have to run to a different room and see whether my Wi-Fi is causing a drama. On the sides, actually, you can tell me we're coming through nice and clear. Oh, there we go. Look, I can see a Mr. Martin there. Let's try bring him in. Mr. Martin.
How are we doing? I thought I was frozen out for a while there.
You're looking good. What was the fix so that we can know for next time?
Well, it's just when you sent the newest link, it worked. The email and the other one were just going like I couldn't see you. I couldn't see anything. It was just a blank thing.
You were a blue screen. I tried to throw you up a couple of times, but you were blue. Anyway,
weird.
A belated good evening.
How are we doing?
I haven't stolen any of your pieces yet. I haven't done any shout outs. We're just explaining our incompetence on the technological front. God, that was a big word.
It's funny, isn't it? Because you get confident with these things and think, I'll just click and it'll work, and then it just doesn't.
Yeah, that's the part that doesn't work. So, did you get back all right anyway earlier on?
Yeah, I got back. There was a big crash on the A34 going the other way, luckily. But they'd shut the whole of the thing. The lorry was in bits.
Oh, my back in bits.
Yeah, mine too. Hammering damn pegs in does you in.
It does. I'm getting too old for this.
And sweeping and stuff. It's just.
But what a day. What a day we've had at HQ today with the track. We've got so much done. We'll throw some pictures up a little bit later on. I've got some ready on the side and been improving the queuing system and the warm-up benches and stuff. There's a lot of work. We've got quite a lot of guys on site tomorrow doing fabrication. My brother's coming up with his superstar Joe to make us a nice warm-up bench area all the way down for 14 people, all socially distanced as well. So really excited with the way it's all taking shape at the minute. It's a really good day today.
Yeah, it was good. Track looking dialed.
We'll throw them up in a little while. But shall we do? Have you got a drink?
I've got a drink. Yep.
So we need to, because we're late, we need to do a very quick, condensed, non-rumble review.
Okay. Here it is.
Jamming.
We're jamming, it's called. It's strawberry lager. We're opening the jamming. We're opening the Bob Marley. Smell? Smells like gone off lager. Tastes like it too. Good.
Awesome. Perfect review. Will you be having a second can?
It could be a good summer drink.
I like it. Well, we're getting towards it. We're going to be spring soon.
Yeah, It's 4.5%. Actually tastes all right. There's a hint of strawberry, but it tastes like strawberry cordial rather than strawberries.
I feel like I need to smell of deep heat a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. while I sit back and contemplate the Queen and Meghan, let's do some shout outs.
Radio. So, all right, I'm going to change this to the live chat quickly. There we go. So, Tortoise Racing RC says, stand by your beds. Stand by your beds, sir. Talking about Harry and Meghan and all that. Davey Rolls online. He says, good evening, guys. Hope
Davey
all is oily well. Oily well.
As we lost the original Davey Boy, we need to upgrade Dave Rolls to Davey Boy, because we still need to say Davey Boy regularly.
He can be Davey Boy. We got Philly Boy now.
Davey Boy. We've got Philly, but we've got Marion Boy. That's a weird one, isn't it?
Marion Boy. Marion left far dirtier than he arrived.
Yes. That's a normal day at HQ.
Yeah. Jonathan Mays online. He says, hey, aged UK RC racer says, hello. Sarah Campbell, she's online. Guess who she's with?
Craig,
exactly. So they are both online and watching. Chris James is online. Guess who he's with?
Miliki,
your Facebook post, isn't it? He says, evening, guys. 12 days and count until first race day of the year. Adam Hall is online. He says, evening, guys. Evening, Adam. Luke Bennett is online. Evening, all. Martin Walters says, evening, all. There's a lot of evenings this evening. Claire is online. She is probably baking cakes. She's also with Kevin and Elise. She's looking forward to the 3-day weekender.
Yes, absolutely.
Lyndon Hammer is online. He says, hi all, track looks great. Hope you're well and safe. We are. Hope you are also. Glazer is online.
Hey,
Glazer. He's turned caps lock off.
I was going to say, are we in caps locks on the side or not?
No, he's found that button.
That's coming for later. Questions are in cap locks, Johnny boy.
Retired ex-racer, he says. Still watching.
Good.
Marcus Butler is online. He says, good evening, fellas. Brian Burrows is online. Evening, chaps. The track looks ace. Well done to everyone involved. It's going to be better tomorrow. Tomorrow.
More to come.
Lyndon's talking to Luke. Neil Thompson is online. He says, Monday Night Live or 40 Towers on the BBC. Yayan is online. He
pretty
says,
similar broadcast, really, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Just their video quality was probably slightly better.
I wonder if Mr. Rumble would get offended if we renamed him Manuel. Can you do accents?
Oh. Live N5 RC is online. He says, good evening, gents. Can't wait to get my A319P here in the States.
Awesome. We're working hard on that one.
Yeah, we are. Matthew Stouse online. He says, good evening, guys. Can't wait to get racing. So hi to Caden as well. I'm Vicky. Liz is moaning at me because she says I'm too loud.
Liz? Which Liz?
The one that's up there.
You're not too loud. You sound
lovely. The walls must have got thinner.
Exactly.
Jonathan May says, evening, Jonathan. William 99 says, hi, chaps. Only 2 weeks now. Jordan Young, he says, hello. Hello, Jordan. GW Racing, legend. GW Racing, he says.
GW Racing, he was a legend today. Well, he's always a legend, but he was definitely a super legend today.
Yep. Carl Jackson is online.
Jacko.
Craig Homer, evening, chaps. Looks like John's in a diary room on Big Brother.
Today.
What else? Tim Simpson is online. He says, hello. Good evening, kids. Evening, Timo. Jonesy Cram, they're online. The lot of them, all four.
Boom.
Ben Johnson, he's online. He says, I'm not a pheasant plucker. I'm a pheasant plucker's mate. Here plucking pheasants because the pheasant plucker's late. I did quite well there.
You did very well.
Yeah.
I think you should write that down and try it again after 2 strawberry tarts or whatever it is you're drinking.
Exactly. I might do. Neil Kapoor is online. He says, running all good. Paul Ragg, he's come back online. Good evening, folks. Hope you're well. Hope you are too. And we'll see you at the track soon, Paul, I'm sure. Or Raggy. I've never called him Paul in my life, I don't think. Robert Glenn, he's online. Evening, guys. He says, there he is. That must have been me turning up. Big Sai, he says, happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday.
Adam Hall, he's online. He says, been doing good. He's talking to someone else now. Just getting the HB car ready for the free meetings over Easter. Look forward to getting back on the track.
Good. Are you down with us for the 3 days, Adam? I think you are. Good man. I've got a nod.
Mark. Yeah. Nathan Allen's online. He says, hello. And John, don't you ever forget about those Go engines. What one was your favourite? I have a soft spot for them myself.
Honestly, I didn't actually know they did different versions of them. It would have been,
because they were all the bollocks.
They were all the bollocks. Whatever the first one was, my very, very dear and good friend Jamie, whatever he was first messing about with, I was trying to give him a bit of feedback. It was very good.
Scott Follington says, good evening, guys. 2 weeks to go.
Scotty.
Lee Talbot, howdy from the Talbotinis. And Lee Talbot has a new style and grace.
Well, I was just shocked. I saw the photos earlier on whilst I was having a Brad, and I was shocked and nearly fell in the toilet.
Yeah,
good.
It's been a while coming, and I'm very happy to see it's materialised, and he looks so much cleaner.
10 years younger. We just need
10
to make
years younger. I mean, I would. Quake's online. Good old Quakey boys here. He says, hello. Derek Mikowski is online. Evening, gents. Kong McKenzie says, evening, guys. Tortoise Racing has retracted a message.
Oh, that's always worrying.
Yes. Michael Shorey says, yo, gents. Yo, bro. Also a legend.
Also a hero.
Tim Simpson, have you degreased Rumble yet?
Yes. We've degreased Rumble. We should actually, I need to line that one up because I haven't got that image lined up.
You line that up while I finish off here then.
Yes, I like it.
Tim Simpson, that was what I just read out. Phil Rance, hi Phil, old school Phil, how you doing? Says, hi you guys. Craig Homer, how you guys do this stuff every week, I'll never know. Was on a live myself the other night and turned into a blabbering idiot. Was starstruck though, talking to Adam Drake and Brandon Hopkins. I don't know who Brandon Hopkins is.
I don't know who Adam Drake is.
Nor do I, really.
My thumb looks like I've worked. That's worrying.
Oh.
Don't like that.
Where did you put it?
Don't know.
I actually have some calluses on my hand from today, a small blister.
Excellent. Oh, God, look at this. He just looks so good, little Rumble. Right. Okay.
Craig says, much respect. Gavin says, hi, chaps. It's Gavin. It's Gavin on Gavin. Gavin and Stacey, Gavin.
I'm looking forward to seeing Gavin.
Me too, or Gavin.
Both?
Yeah. You never see him in the same place at the same time.
Normally you see Gavin at about 12 o'clock at a national in the evening after about 30 bottles of vodka. And there is definitely Gavin, because there's two of them.
Gavin. Daria Correa says, Guten evening, everyone. Guten Nacht, Daria.
Good evening.
I'm assuming he is German.
I think she is Russian.
It's a she.
Yes.
Okay.
we could go with German, but I'm fairly sure. But good evening and welcome. On that subject, we should probably just quickly, sneakily, before you finish them off, I think this has some relevance. So just bear with me one moment while we.
Bearing.
So 20 seconds, you should see a picture come up that will have relevance for you.
I think I already know the relevance.
For our audience as well. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So hopefully, very shortly, everyone's going to be seeing a very, very happy looking Mr. Rumble. That's also very dirty. In more ways than one.
Do you want me to wait for the picture? Or
is it still not out?
Not for me. Oh, it's just popped up.
Lord, that's a delay.
It's
like a Spectrum radio from 2004.
Yes, and we spoke about that.
There he is. And what was Mr. Rumble doing? Why does he look like... Someone asked, did he fall over? It does look like he's fallen over.
It does. Oh, I just popped my blister.
Oof.
That's a bit wet now.
Live on air.
Yes, Rumble looking good.
He's looking good. He worked hard today, bless him. Well, everybody worked hard today, but That was moving some rather large lengths of metal down for the warm-up benches.
We got a bit of manliness out of Rumble today, didn't we? We properly.
There is actually a video. You took a video of some serious pile driving going on.
I did. I should have sent you it.
It wasn't actually the stuff at night. It was actually proper pile driving of a pole.
Yes. We made sure that he.
We should organise that next time.
We will. He done his manly duty for the day, and maybe the first time ever.
Just a pre-warning. It was like Julian Clary doing fencing, which was absolutely priceless.
But he got it in.
Absolutely, 100%. He had a quite hard stroke on him, to be fair. It's transcended already, isn't it? Okay, let's hide Mr. Rumble. So yes, we'll come back to Mr. Rumble later on. But
yes,
sorry,
Simon Hutspeth. He says, "Good evening. Counting the days down." Andy Golding says, "Craig, you don't need to talk to anyone to be a blabbering idiot." Andy B is online, and we know what is coming.
A joke, I hope. A joke is coming.
It's not
also
quite yet.
That's on Monday.
He said, "Can I come play Monday?"
Yes.
Yes, you can, sir. Yes, you can. So yeah, get yourself down. You're in.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
Martin Hart says, "Evening, chaps."
Action man.
Johnny Roberts is online. He says, "Hey, brothers, miss you, handsome fuckers. Need to get out and see soon. You both owe me a reach around."
We do, and it's there waiting.
It is. I'll add some more blisters. Jamie Army is online. He says, "Hey, fellas. Hey, Jamie boy." Jasper is online. Jasper Tarks. Are we going with that?
Yep.
Okay, good.
I don't know why I says, read it, but that's fully.
It says, "Hi, guys. Are you two responsible for designing the cars?"
Do you like it? Whatever the car is first, we should quantify whether you like it or not. If you like it, then we definitely have a good input in what goes on with the cars, particularly Leroy as well. I just like to try and help with aesthetics of things, but Leroy knows what he's doing. If you don't like it, then no, it's got absolutely nothing to do with us.
Perfect. There's your answer. Chris Sharp Simkis says, "Evening, chaps from sunny Blackpool and Northwest Nitro." Evening, Chris.
Buddy.
So Andy B is back. Andy B is back. He said,
with a joke.
"I walked in the bedroom to find my wife dead in the bed the other day. Looking at her lifeless there, I decided to have one last go.
My goodness me.
Right in the middle, she opened her eyes and shouted, 'Boo.' Honestly, some people are sick in the head."
Fantastic.
Craig Homer, Brandon is a young racer. Adam has taken under his wing. Okay, no problem. I'm sure I'll hear his name in the future. Jordan Young says, "Rambo Rumble."
And that was also referred to as well. So yeah, top marks, Jordan.
Why should we call him Ramble?
Rumble.
No, just Ramble. Talking dirty, Mr. Ant Ross himself. He says, "It's fucking Adam Ant."
I like it.
Mughal is online. He says, "Evening, guys," and Jasper come back and said yes. So I think that's yes to him liking it. Maybe
that's all right. We can own up. We can own up.
Yeah, we help out. We help out. We do our bit, but you know.
Exactly. So nice little partnership that we have actually with, obviously in particular, we're talking for me in terms of a Gamma. We've been with them since the start, since they launched the car, and so we've helped develop that through its incarnations from the A8 to the 215 to the SV, and then obviously into the 319 as well, which is where we're now, and then into the performance as well. So it's been a fun 10 years. It's gone very quick. I wonder where the next 10 years are going to take us. Good Lord.
Oof.
Exciting.
Could be very exciting.
It could be. We've got some stuff going on.
Going on, bro.
Well, that was a good shout out. Between being late and doing a big shout out, we've managed to get what have we done? 23 minutes of show, which is awesome.
There we go.
But I'm not seeing much drinking going on, and
I was just drinking while you were talking.
Oh, okay. I didn't see. Sorry. Have you got a closet feature? We've not discussed this week.
I actually don't. I didn't get back up in the shed. I had to go shopping.
Another 10th car that looks the same as the other 10th car.
Pretty much, yeah. You know, I'm literally clasping it like straws now.
Clasping at tenths. We could just change the number on the window, and you could.
Yeah, they're all the same, honestly. Let me have a look. Nothing in there. Yeah, it's pretty rubbish. Yeah, not much going on there either. Set of headphones.
We're reaching new lows.
We're reaching new highs here.
Oh, you've got your pajama pants on again.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's not really much going on at the moment.
We could skip it. We could skip it, couldn't we, for a week?
We'll save a bit of time tonight and skip it, and I'll try and get something good for next week if I can find anything. Johnny says just pull out the same Yokomo and tell a different story.
Exactly. Well, because you've got so many to tell. You've won so many things with those cars. So.
Yeah. But so yeah, there's not really anything this week.
Wow, blimey! What we're going to move on to? I haven't got anything prepped in terms of new products yet. Obviously, we've got a motor coming. Someone's just said on the side. I think I've just seen about the motor, but that's going to be coming very, very shortly in terms of featuring it and talking about it in full detail. We're not quite ready yet. Cars we covered last week. Obviously, the performance cars are coming along very nicely, and it's only going to be a few weeks, and they'll be into stock in terms of the Nitro and on the e-buggy, which is exciting for us. The biggest stuff in the world of Nemo in this last few days has been at the track ready and getting ready for the next 3 races, which are concurrent over that Easter weekend. With not having the ability to offer any camping and stuff like that, we came up with a slightly different way of doing our races. 3 individual races. They were all fully sold out. I think there's a couple of spaces coming up because we've actually added in slightly extra people into the heats because we can do so, which is good. Mr. Rumble is busy actually working on that right now for people that have filled in the online request as to when there was, or if someone cancelled. So we're just busy contacting those guys. So we can definitely get Andy in on that Monday, which is cool. Really good. Good to welcome more people. So yeah, should we throw up some pictures of the track? Let's throw up some pictures of the track.
Yeah. Let's do the track.
Good thing to do. So we'll blabber on for a minute or 3, and then it will appear on your screen. But we obviously have done various different bits and pieces over the time with the oiling of the track. From when we very first built it, it had a full oil sort of pipe to pipe all the way through, which was absolutely our favourite. The problem is it's really expensive to keep doing that. I think the first oil was about £3,000 that we put into oil, but we've decided to bite the bullet and do the same again. So the track's had a complete full roll, reset, and oil. Hopefully that's going to pop up in a minute, and Leroy will see it. And just showing the width to width of the oiling, which is absolutely fantastic. Now we have to. It's interesting. We have to do this about a week in advance of when anything's going to run on it, because the oil just keeps popping back up out of the surface if it's sunny. You can look at a track when you leave it in the evening and it's cold and there's no puddles or anything on the track, it looks perfect. You come back in the morning, the sun comes out, and it actually brings the oil back up through the soil. It's very, very interesting. So we've got that process to go this week, so we'll be busy sort of sweeping every day the puddles that come up. Has that come up on your side yet, Bud?
Yeah. I remember doing that bit nicely.
Yes, exactly. You did do that bit nicely. I turned around and suddenly that part was done. I was like, so yeah, we've had a real hard day of that today. We've pretty much got it all sorted. Couple of little sections going to have slightly more oil on it tomorrow, but super excited. I didn't think we were going to get that much done today. It's looking fantastic. So let's see if we can give some wider shots. Hide that one away. It looks like a tarmac track, doesn't it? When you get it in the right, the right. This will ping up in a moment. It's probably going to be a little bit small for some people, but it's still worth throwing up, which is from up on the rostrum, and you can see the full coverage of the track. It's just perfect for us because it gives a bit of it's almost like weatherproofing the track in a way. I mean, obviously everybody knows that's watching this, our ground plans of having it covered, which is still very much ongoing. But this is almost like a second best for us in a way, because it does mean that the water sits on the top, the track doesn't get muddy. We can just brush it off into Ants Pummel, which has had extensive work today, Ants Pummel, which I'm going to try a minute or 3. And we can go racing. As long as it's not pouring down on the day, we will be able to get these meetings on. And even if it is pouring down on the day, we will absolutely try our heart out to keep it going, won't we? So hopefully that's come up. How's that on the side, buddy?
Yeah, we're all good.
Perfect. This is from the other side as well. So we've done some rejigging of the rostrum numbers and stuff as well today, and also into the pit lane. And then some pretty extensive work on the warm-up area, which we did an ad hoc warm-up area. Oh, is that giving me 4? 1 second. Let me see. It's showing me that it should be hidden, but it's still keeping that one away. There we go. So we formalized the warm-up area. We're having a warm-up bench go for 14 cars tomorrow. So we'll get some pictures up of that next week. But formalize the fencing area and where people are going to stand nicely distanced to go up onto the rostrum to have their go, and then also with the mechanics as well. So I think we've got the longest warm-up area in the history of any RC track going, I would have thought. Definitely people are not huddled together waiting to go up on that rostrum, which is a good thing, because I think, you know, we're obviously heading towards a better place as the UK, but I don't think social distancing is going anywhere soon, is it? So we're trying to make it as future-proof as we can.
And
So
let's be honest, like, who doesn't love a bit more space when you're warming your car and stuff?
Yeah, or you're running late because you've nearly missed it, or whatever it might be. There's all these little stories go on. It's nice if you have to try and fall out with people and push them out of the way to get to your spot. So that was really good to get that done. I've got a second picture on this one, but I don't know what it is. Oh, here we go. This is Ant's Bommel having extensive liposuction, for want of a better word.
I don't think it's liposuction. I think it's a colonic.
Well, yes, it is a clonic, I suppose. Is it a reverse clonic? What does a clonic do? Does it suck it out of you? Or
Sucks it out. Or same, really. It does both, doesn't it? Water in, water out.
Serious clonic, because that had got like 9-10 months worth of poo, if we're talking about clonics, sat underneath the mesh, which had seriously diminished the role of the bomb hole.
Just to clarify, it's not actual poo. That's not where we emptied the toilet.
No.
It's just the slurry.
From the smell of it, I think there might have been a sneaky poo from somebody in there, because it was fairly...
Well, we have had one at the gate before.
We have had one at the gate in recent times. We got broken into and someone shat at the gate. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It was very nice. I'm glad that they did use two tissues to wipe their bum, so at least they're not complete Neanderthals. No. But yeah, so that came up. That was hard work. That all credit to GW and everybody involved with that. Actually, we've managed to get a lot of that out of it, so it's in full good working order. We can have a lot of water go into it and still carry on running. Because the thing with this bomb hole is it's not just like a feature for the track, which is quite cool. But a lot of the track's drainage actually runs into there, so that we can run one pump and get it off out of there when we're really hit with water. So absolute lifesaver last year. Excuse me. I sound like I'm getting emotional, but I'm not. I think it's just the wine. Probably need to drink more. Absolute lifesaver last year. Having that ability to flow so much water from the track into that area and then pump it out in one place was awesome. So
it's
back.
It's funny when you lift it up like that, you see how big it is, because when it's in the floor, it doesn't look that big or impressive. When you hold it up like that, and it looks massive.
It was hell of a heavy, wasn't it, as well, to be fair?
It did take its strain at times.
Shortly after I'd taken this photo, probably about 15 seconds, Mr. Rumble proclaimed that this possibly wasn't a good idea. I think I'm getting burgled at home.
That's when GW was moonwalking into the middle because he was slipping and sliding.
Unbelievable. Yes, exactly. Unbelievably, nobody actually fell over. Claydon, this is going to be difficult. Claydon Clay is very claggy.
There you go. Mario knows this because half of it's over his head.
Yes, exactly. And there was a point, that the point you see it on movies where your shoe gets stuck, but you carry on lifting your foot out. It nearly happened, didn't it? With Mario, bless him.
He was definitely stood in a line of fire when we lifted it, that's for sure.
I said to him as he was going home tonight, like, as ever, he's does brilliant work for us on a multitude of things. Mario helped me out with various businesses for 10 years nearly. And I looked at him and he was covered in mud. It was all in his hair, down the side, down his clothes. Like, what is your other half going to say to you when you go home? Like, when John says do something, no. Just say no. It's easier.
Perfect.
It was good fun. It was good fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, so that's been our busy day, really. I don't think I've got any further photos to throw up from the track. Very nearly there. Very exciting. What should we talk about next?
We could somewhat talk about not a new product, but something that's coming back in stock, because I saw it on the pegs today, but it still is out of stock on the website. Is the carbon arm stiffeners.
Carbon arm stiffeners are coming back into stock, manufactured in-house. Exciting.
In-house. And I saw the rear ones are showing out of stock online. I don't know if they've been pre-sold them ones, but it's something I advise that people do try. I was shocked myself when I tried it a few weeks ago. I think we briefly touched upon it.
Yeah.
But for me, it just gave the car a little bit more grip coming out of the turn, which I did not expect.
No.
I know making stuff stiff does give you grip, but the track wasn't. Yeah, it was in good condition, but it wasn't high grip at the time for sure. And the difference it made was quite impressive. And I really love the arm being like a flat bottom. Adding the inserts allowed it to be like flat bottom. It doesn't grab so much of the dirt. So if anyone is looking for something to try, I'm sure they'll be going live pretty soon.
Tonight.
Probably
just a warning error by me by not actually putting them online, because I know they've been made. So yeah, we'll get them up there.
Yeah, something, if guys want to try something new, I definitely advise that you give them a try.
Yeah, definitely. And you can obviously, if you want to freshen up your arms, you can just take the inserts out and pop them into the next one. I'm quite a fan of that in terms of like longevity and stuff like that. I've seen some of the plastic ones. Now we're also trying some very clever plastic ones from GW Racing, which look excellent as well, which will be coming soon. But the traditional plastic ones that I've seen on some of our competitors' cars and stuff, they tend to warp quite quickly from what I've seen, and then they look really average from looking
even some carbon ones. Like there were some cars I tried over the years of me testing everything that you just snap them, and you had to take screws out to get it to allow it to flex, which kind of defeats the object of it. But if you didn't, they snapped.
We should by accident thank Infinity for that, really, because it's been so helpful to have a driver that's had an experience of every car. I mean, obviously, whatever someone drives as a team driver, they tell you is great. You've actually had them all, driven them all, and so that feedback is absolutely invaluable as we, move forward and make things better and know actually where we are, because there's so much rubbish chatted by people. It's wild.
It was definitely like 3 years of making me the perfect tool to then produce stuff.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Without actually ever producing anything.
Yes, bizarre. Anyway.
But yeah, there we go. Moving on.
Our game. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I just thought I'd mention that because I saw him on the peg and I was like, yep, I didn't realize we'd made extras at the time, so that's cool.
Yep. Filling that machine, you never know what you're going to walk into. There's going to be something new, invariably, most days.
Yeah, although we just need to get him up and firing again, because we do have a few more products ready to be made, don't we? So
we had a busy day, or busy couple of days of testing stuff, didn't we? So we've got some cool stuff coming.
Yes, 100%. There'll be some nice little things to help not only you go faster, but also to make the car easier to drive, which I think is pretty awesome. So, very soon we'll have a lot of new carbon fiber goodies.
Yes, man. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
What next?
Well, we have some questions.
Well, we could go into.
I was just looking on our own website, so I better go back to the live chat and see if anything's happened.
You do that. I'll worry about my signal, which seems to have taken a dump, but we seem to be working all right for a moment.
Okay, so Peter Kelly or Keeley, he says, evening all. RC Jers says, okay, thanks. I'm not sure what that was for, but cool. Jonathan May, any idea when black yellow springs are back in stock? And I think end of this week.
Yeah, should be. Yeah, we've got a humongous order coming in, actually, to be fair, of all of the spares and options and everything else to start the season off with. And they are on that order for sure.
There you go. Peter says, will you guys be making carbon fiber receiver and battery box lids? Asking for a friend. Thoughts?
Yes, if we can do it so it's cost effective for the guys to have it at the end, because our standard lids are actually a little bit more than just a lid. So there's a lip that has to be incorporated into them for them to work properly. And I know Mr. Talbotini, he had somebody make up a really nice, it had like an inner to raise it up enough and then a top. So yeah, I think there's every chance that we'll do so because they look cool.
They do. I would definitely like the battery one. The receiver one, I was always semi-skeptical if you have like aerialist receivers. If you don't, it's probably fine. But I ran it for a while until I had a couple of range issues and then switched it back to plastic. But
yes,
if you run an aerial, I'm pretty sure it won't make a difference anyway.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah. Tim Simpson says, was I using the arm stiffeners on soft arms? So I don't use soft arms. I tried it on the soft arms, and for sure I would run it 100%. But I'm not using soft arms. John?
Yes. You're using the hard arms. We've slotted one of the holes, one of the mounting holes on them, so that it actually can be used between the two, because our arms actually are different length between the two, depending whether or hard, which makes making the insert a little bit tricky. But we've managed to get around that with a little bit of quick thinking. So yeah, if you were running soft arms will last forever and a day. They're fantastic in the winter if you're doing some winter running, because they really do, like bomb-proof your car, especially on the front, which is why the kit comes with the soft front arms, particularly for the guys in America as well, with their very big jumps and everything else. C-Hub cars historically can tend to be a little bit fragile on the front, and with the soft arm on our car, that isn't an issue. So you can run soft arm with the insert, but for ultimate performance, I would recommend hard arm, and then maybe the hard insert, from what we're hearing live from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, I mean, on the front, I've actually, my favorite combo right now is the special new plastic GW insert.
Special. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and we're just with that, the way we're doing it, we can have different percentages of stiffness. So we've got a range of different not thicknesses, it's stiffnesses, and we're just going to find the right one to complement having none and then having carbon, then one in the middle, and we'll be absolutely set.
Exactly. Work in progress on that one.
Yeah, but very soon it'll be sorted, I'm sure. William99 says, how come Elliot Boots has been out practicing recently? Thought all practicing was off the table for now. Elliot lives in Italia. He lives in Italy, so they are allowed to practice, and they're doing racing and stuff in Spain. And then I saw like João Figueiredo traveled to Spain, even though he lives in Portugal. I don't know. They're obviously all moving about a bit.
Yeah.
So
that was in Italy, and we're looking forward to welcoming Elliot and a few others for the May race. Hopefully, as long as we can travel by then. He's booked in, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Next guy on the list is a very important guy, Michael Wallowski. He's online and he's watching, and he says, "Yo, bro,
what's up?"
So, how you doing, Mikael? I'm going to send you an email in a bit.
Yes, we like it. Miliki.
It might not. It might be tonight. It might not be, depending on how Strawberry Lager goes.
That must be nearing the end.
It is, to be fair. Johnny Roberts, he'd like carbon lids on his radio tray. We all would. All definitely would. Nathan Allen says, second that Tortoise Racing, I actually missed that. Two well-known pros are arguing on YouTube at the moment.
Okay.
On a one-step or two-step idle when tuning an engine. What's your thoughts on idling when tuning yours, Mr. Hazelwood?
So we're going to do, we've actually got a video that's going to be done when I get finally to, make it happen with Mr. Locke. That's going to accompany the motor, the F225, and we'll cover all of those subjects then. I think the idling, I haven't seen the videos that you're talking about or the well-known pros that you're talking about. Engine tuning is a very funny thing. There is a lot of people that think they know how to tune an engine, and there's a lot of maybe slightly different ways of doing it as well. I think it depends on the motor. I think it depends on many things. What clutch you're running, whether it's alley, whether it's steel, the porting of the engine, whether it's a 3-port, 5-port. I think they're very different animals, and you have to come up with what works best for whatever you're running. So, I don't know, as I said, who you're referring to or what engines they're talking about. For me, OSs of old, I think, tend to have a 2-stage tick over. I think for me, again, the measuring with micrometers and stuff like that, I'm not a fan of that. I like to tune to my ear. I think these are things that change a lot during their lifetime, from when they're brand new, when you're running them in, to when they've got 2 gallons on, to when they've got 5 gallons on, to when they've got 10 gallons on. I think it's something that evolves through that process. And yeah, as I say, I'm not a fan of measuring needles. I tune to my ear. It's worked for me. I'm not putting anybody else's opinion. Absolutely fine to have that, obviously, and I'm sure it's got some, some validness to it as well. Validity. That's a big word. I thought I'd probably drunk too much red wine for that, but I've got it out there. But yeah, we're going to try and have a real good effort of making a video of tuning, of running in and tuning everything on our motor that's coming up, which will be helpful for most, hopefully. I didn't answer your question because I haven't seen what I'm answering it to, but tell us on the side, who are you referring to?
So you're, I just went and checked it for myself.
Okay.
So Bruno did his video. Bruno
Okay.
Coelho did his video, and in the comments of the video, someone's mentioned about 2-stage idle, and then of course JQ has got onto the argument.
Well, of course. I mean, you wouldn't be JQ if you didn't involved with an argument, and in that true narcissist style of JQ's, if it's not his opinion, then it's not valid, because that's how he works.
So
that's how we roll.
We'll do our own video and work it out.
Ted agrees, JQ. You won't be watching
in there,
but Eddie is telling, yeah.
Winston Barnett says he doesn't know. Elliot Boots. Andy Golding says, any update regarding a season calendar?
Yes, I was actually looking at that earlier on. We're late to the party in some ways, and one of the reasons for that is, I personally, for me, I've always wanted the races at Nemo to feel like you're at an event, not just knock out a load of club races. There's good clubs around that do that, like Westmill or Kent or Slough. Fantastically, is getting back up, and there's a little group that goes on to try and make sure that those dates don't clash. Brookthorpe as well. Lots of really good tracks, which is fantastic. It's absolutely impossible to not clash with someone. So we're looking at who we want to clash with ultimately, because we're late to the party and doing our calendar. Slough have got out there with their dates, which is great. I'm super keen not to try and clash with Slough, because it's my heritage in racing. We started there, or I started there back in the day, and big fans of Adrian and June that have run that club for so long. It's changed over to new hands, and that's exciting in many ways. It's fresh eyes and everything, all that sort of stuff. But they've got their dates out there already. We'd spoken about making sure they didn't work, but they've got their dates out there already, so that's that done. Westmill have got their dates out there because they're a good organised club. Kent have got their dates out there. Brookthorpe have got their dates out there. So if I look at all of that, then we wouldn't get any dates because there's something on in our vicinity. But like I said at the start, I'm not a fan of just doing races for the sake of it. I want them to feel like they're really, something when you come to me, like I've really enjoyed that and want to come back. So we definitely will get a calendar out there. It definitely won't be as full as some of those other clubs. One of the other reasons for that, obviously, is as soon as we actually are back out racing, we want to cover all of the 8 scale nationals. We want to cover all of the e-buggy and the truck nationals in full Nemo style support. We also want to cover the SRS rounds if they're going to work. I've not heard whether they're happening or not. So it does make not many dates available, but we will get something out there soon.
Perfect.
Yes.
Right. Moving on from that. Craig Homer says, are we going to have plenty of stock of fuel at the track, or should he order in advance?
Yep. Lots of stock at the track. We had a delivery come in last week, I think. So we've got lots of stock, buddy. No problem.
No problemo. Jasper says, performance has a new gearing. Is the front overdrive still possible? So we spoke about this last week a little bit in depth,
Yep.
but ultimately, yes, it is. So the new gearing is a little lower than before, correct? Yeah, a little lower than before. So the underdrive isn't quite as aggressive as what it was against the old gearing.
Halfway house, I reckon.
Exactly. So you're in a halfway house. So basically, it's an overdrive. You underdrive the rear to create that overdrive. So it still works. It's just not quite a bigger step as it was before. And in my opinion, it's very, very, very good.
Yeah, even better. You loved that when you tried it. New gearing with the underdrive in the rear. You thought that felt really, really, really good. If you want a loose, tricky track, that underdrive is always going to help you out.
Yeah, I like the underdrive. It's great. It's great. Adam Hall's answering a question. That's good. Duncan Haller is online. He says, "Oi, I'm late."
You didn't miss anything, Dunk.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Just make sure them patches are ready. Badges.
Your dog started snoring.
Oh yeah. He's like full on passed out under it. What do you mean started? He's been snoring the whole time. You only just noticed.
Yeah.
William 99. Pull start seems a lot simpler to me.
Yes, it wouldn't. It might seem simpler, but it wouldn't on your third pull when it doesn't start.
Oh, mate, they are horrible things. I always feel like I'm going to break the engine whenever I use them things.
Yeah, and often you do. To be fair.
Ivan Bingham, he says, just in. The dog saw a cat, and it took him 40 minutes to get him back.
Oh, Ivan, you're a hero, absolute hero. I hope you're well. I miss not seeing you. We're going to be back over in Ireland soon, coming to the Paddy Piston again. But damn, you've got to get that dog in check, man.
Sort them out. Claire says there's no SRSs this year, although I'm thinking Kev probably wrote that.
Yes, possibly so. And I had the confirmation come from the side, so I'm out of the loop. That's really massively disappointing. But there'll be lots of other good racing on. And I hope the SRS is back soon. It's something as Nemo we've sponsored for a lot of years. So yeah, that's sad.
It is. Option RC, he's online, although he is late, and he says he's blaming COVID.
Well, that's the easiest thing to do, and that's what everybody does.
That's it. Option RC. Remember, go check out Option RC, our Southern representative for all
Southern, exactly.
Andy B. He's on again, and he says, as a newbie to Nemo, rather than bringing a huge box of tires, what's a good basic or basic set or two to bring or purchase? Well, of course, you do not need to bring any tires because we will have tires available trackside.
Would be there.
It's going to be like Argos. We should actually talk about how it's going to work at the racing if we decided.
Good. We should. Should we do that next time?
We can do. Yeah, we could. Okay, we'll do it next time. So Andy, we will have tires there. If it is looking like rain, which we massively hope it's not, but if it is, then Beta Ultra Cubes are your tire.
Yes.
If it's not raining, then most likely, if you want to go fast, you'll be on a magma, liquid hot magma. And most likely blue compound, as long as it is dry. If it's a little bit cold, we can switch to a green. But we love getting on the blue when we can, don't we?
We do. The bit that we need to work out is at a point last year, there was a time where the sun was out and a green was faster. And I haven't worked out quite why.
Dude, do not mess with the tire gods, man. You can't work this stuff out. We never have.
And it was down. It was Roscoe. He saw it. And we need to get the tire god Roscoe on to tell us why we ran green when everybody else was absolutely convinced blue was going to work. And if I hadn't been a complete muppet, I could have shown that green was the right way to go because my car was awesome.
There you go. But this is where we ran green, and I switched to blue 5 minutes before the main started, if I remember right.
I know. You can knock yourself out with this sort of stuff. But dry, Nemo, Magma 2, it's there. If you need any other recommendations, Andy, let us know, and we'll try and point you in the right direction. Yeah,
I mean, a great tire for people to try. If there's two tires actually. If you you don't want that ultimate corner speed, which some people don't. You know, they're just happy with a safe car. Then a 6-mic weapon, I think, is a really good tire, as well as our very, very trusty free ride.
Yes, free ride, just like Chalky, I'll tell you. They're trying to tell you now because he's trying to be ironic or moronic. One of the two. I never worked it out. But they're very good in lots of conditions. I need to just try and arc my back for a minute, Leroy.
You carry on with that. Matthew says bonsoir. Matthew Normandy says bonsoir. Bonsoir, Matthew. Jordan Young, does anyone know where booking in for Slough now? Do we know where they're booking?
That's a good one. They used to be on RC Race Control, but I don't know whether they've got that bit fixed quite yet. I think they're still trying to figure a few of those things out. So, yep, sorry, can't help you.
Cool. And then Andy B says, just thinking with a second coat of oil and weather looking good, it could be different. No, mate, it won't be.
Could be, but it won't be. I would agree.
Yeah,
they're going to work.
They are going to be a dialed lad.
Yes.
So there we go. We obviously invite anyone to ask some questions down the side, but we did have a few that came in on our little group I saw.
Yes, and I have got those, and I was cheekily putting up a picture of Mr. Rumble again, which is going to come up on your screen just because I wanted to.
Okay.
But we're in our little love bubble, work bubble, whatever bubble, and so I can actually in our coated. We might have to get more personal.
Well, I know. It does feel a little bit.
We do have work tests.
Yeah,
COVID,
we do. Lateral flow test already.
I don't have to give him the link. Here he is, Mr. Rumble, the man, the myth.
How are we doing?
The legend. Everyone? Hello. I'm just making sure that it works on the actual screen because
that's probably a good. Yeah. Well, I mean,
although you're in widescreen normally.
Yes, exactly. Normally, about this point, I'm asking Mr. Rumble where he's in his car charging, and is he dogging?
Yeah, that is true.
Are you dogging?
So I'm not dogging right now.
About half an hour.
Yeah, half an hour ago or ahead.
Either way.
Yeah, to be fair, it's true. So, how are we doing, everyone? It's funny. There's quite a distinct little. I go deep into the light.
Deep impact.
Yeah, deep impact.
You go deep while you're dogging.
We didn't bring Mr. Rumble in for a lot of our questions. So some of the questions on the side, or if we can have some more questions on the side, that's fantastic. In the meantime, shall we cover the ones that we have from our own group, which start with, often wondered how fuel is manufactured. Me too. And why all the different colours. So the colours is literally a dye. It's as simple as that. When we were doing Piranha, we wanted something that was very easy to identify what was left in your tank, because obviously when the fuels are clear, you can't really see it. You've got to get your syringes out, and on the fly, it's quite hard to work out what's going on. So we wanted a dye for Piranha, so it was very easy to see what was left in your tank. It's as simple as that. But they actually do nothing. They don't aid the performance. They don't change the performance. Obviously, they make it quite identifiable for us. I think everybody knows that blue fuel is ours. I think there was Blue Thunder once upon a time, but I think that's long gone. I haven't seen Blue Thunder for a long, long time, which is an American fuel. And it looks cool. So that's why it's blue.
We had some, and you remember this, John, it was like a day out for Mr. Rumble, wasn't it? Probably a couple of years ago, 3 years ago.
With our manufacturer, yeah.
So I had an amazing day out because it was the end of a week before a national.
So to clarify this,
yeah.
I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah, good idea.
Mark, could you pick us up some fuel? Yes, no problem. Mark, where are you? I'm still at the fuel place, but you've been there 4 hours. What are you doing? Well, I'm learning everything.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No. So the chief engineer. It's obviously we are very lucky to have our fuel manufactured in the UK. And I was able to go and collect stuff because we were needed a restock quickly before a national. I think it was a Hearts National a couple of years back. And I had a day there, or half a day, or meant to be about half an hour, but ended up being about probably 6 hours, with the chief engineer, or the chemical engineer, the chief chemical engineer. He's probably got
The chemist.
Yeah, that one. He ran me through
Help
it
me,
start
Leroy.
to finish, and it was absolutely amazing. It opened my eyes about the fuel, and it then also made me appreciate, because everyone's like, oh well, fuel's fuel. So obviously performs really well, and it looks after your engine. It's obviously a fully synthetic fuel. Some other, some are not so good. However, it's about all the other stuff that goes into making that performance. Like all the anti-frothing agents, the anti-corrosives, all of those bits. I didn't even know the fuel had. So it was an amazing day. And the same with some of the other stuff they manufactured as well. Making glow plugs and stuff like that was a strange experience. But when you see how some of it's done, it's quite manual. So
it is. It's a manual process.
Not peas in a pod. So, but yeah, that was a good moment. It really upped my faith in all of it, really.
So in conclusion, Rumble love the fuel.
Feels good.
And so that's why it's blue.
Yeah, and it's blue because we like blue, and it looks good, and you can see it in the tank. You know how much is left at a quick glance. When the scrutineer, good lord, scrutineer wisps your car away. Next question: have you tried any other 6-mic tyre patterns at the track? And if so, what was your verdict? What did you like? What didn't work?
Yeah, so we've tried most of them, to be honest. Especially early on last year when we were getting into the 6-mic program. So lately, though, my two choices around our track are either Magma or Weapon. If the track is quite aggressive, like I was saying earlier, and you don't want that snaps, that corner speed, that aggression, put the Weapon on. If the track's at a point where you feel like you can push harder and go faster and carry more corner speed, then chuck the Magma on. That's it.
I would summarize that as if you want to win,
Magma.
Exactly. The Weapon, they all feel good. Actually, to be fair, they all feel good. It's just like with the beta stuff, the Cube and the Free Ride and the Volante, they all feel good. But when that track just gives you that little wink, says I'm ready, you put Magma on and you go for it.
It's just the speed you can carry on the gas that makes that tire incredible.
Yeah.
It's just that and the invisible speed, because some of these tires feel amazing, but when you look at the clock, it's just not there. Or
Magma's like that. Magma, you put them on, you don't feel like you've done anything different, and suddenly you're a second a lap quicker, and you're like, wow, where did that come from?
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I generally prefer the Weapon feel.
Yes,
but the lap time always says Magma.
Exactly.
I think what's quite unique about the 6-mic product, and specifically the Magma, previously you'd be like, well, okay, we can run that, but we know we don't have the longevity. However, with a Magma, that is clearly not the case, because you'd run a Weapon, you think, oh, right, well, it's a little bit safer, the pace quite as much as like a qualifying tire, which is like a Magma tread pattern. They don't blow out. They don't wear like a normal tire.
No, it's definitely strange. They've definitely hit the nail on the head with something there.
I've had a thought. We haven't discussed what Rumble is drinking, and I think we should possibly bring that up, just to balance where the hyperactivity actually comes from.
Oh, it's going to be Pepsi, isn't it?
Let's get no. We've gone on to Blue Fanta. I mean, I didn't even know that existed until tonight.
So this is called.
Why has it got a question mark after it?
Piranha Fanta.
It's called what the Fanta?
This is 12% Piranha. This is what it like. Not quite as blue as 25 or 16, but nearly.
Yeah, it is absolutely.
Do you think that's possibly got any E numbers in that?
I think that is blue M&Ms in a box.
It says no sugar to try and lull you into. Oh,
no sugar, just pure meth.
Yeah, it feels exactly. It looks like screen wash.
It does.
So
to be fair, talking about screen wash, we've actually managed to get that Piranha across the Channel Tunnel before, claiming screen wash.
Yes.
Blue. So there's another reason why it could be blue. Screen wash, mate.
Yeah, smell that.
And it's funny.
Trade secrets.
On the topic of the colour, because I've had this. Definitely, people have asked, if you leave it out, if you leave any fuel out in the sun, potentially the dye's going to change. And I asked the question when I was there. I said, does that mean the fuel's gone off? What does that mean? Is that a problem? the dye used is a UV reactive dye. So it reacts to the sunlight, but that purely just changes the tone of the color.
Yeah,
it doesn't change
else.
anything to do with the fuel. Obviously, plastic.
Perhaps
Brilliant
it's brilliant blue.
FCF. Good
There we go.
Lord.
Now we know
Nice.
Something.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
But no, UV reactive dye. And the plastic, you know, for people for proper storage and stuff, don't leave it out in the sun. And I ideally don't put it on a concrete floor because the containers are hydrophobic containers. Nitro fuel is hydrophobic.
Are we allowed to be hydrophobic these days?
It's not hydrophobic. That's wrong. That means it repels.
Hydroscopic is what you're looking
It is, yeah. Every day's a school day.
I like hydrophobic more.
Yeah.
I'm paying to change it.
I'm an attack helicopter.
I don't think you can be hydrophobic these days. I think that's...
No,
those
we accept
are
all
fun.
aquas.
So, moving on. Best race you've ever been in? Leroy.
Yeah.
Could you make this a long answer while I go for a pee?
Yeah. Well, you better ask Rumble.
That was
So that's
right,
yes.
so
That's yes then.
the best
We'll
race.
still be talking about round one by the time I
Yeah,
get there.
true. Quali's not even started.
Just in case.
Just in
They're the questions down the side.
Good
there.
Lord.
And when we've done them, we tick them.
so
It's
clever.
cunning, isn't
It's
it?
clever, that, John.
I'll be back.
Of the DXR Dirt Kings.
Oh, hello, Rumble.
Which I'm sure is probably everyone thinks. Oh, we're back. Yeah, no, all good. I think John. John, every time he goes to the toilet, he's got a problem. He's got a lead weapon or something on.
Lead weapon.
There's an offer. So yeah, probably DXR Dirt Kings. You know, it was a sweet win. You know, it was good to work alongside Ryan at the time, and good and great to see Billy. That was the biggest takeaway. Really, was actually just to see Billy and share the love. And yeah, we had good times, and obviously yourself there as well. And it was just a good race. You know, we had good times. You know, lots of most represented manufacturer in the main, which is nice. And then the win as well. And we were pleased. You know, Ongaro was absolutely on form and still is on form. So yeah, it was good. Your turn.
I
best?
actually have no idea. I actually have no idea, mate.
I tell you what was a good meeting.
Euros, Robin Hood.
True. That's pretty. Yeah. That
was a very good one. Any race at Nemo, all the DXRs are awesome.
One I was thinking of was actually purely just of it. Just it was just a good meeting. It was nice and satisfactory. Was the Hearts meeting that we went to a year back or whenever it was, less than a year.
Did I show Tommy then on the way in?
No, I didn't clock it.
I don't think you did. I think you were all right.
It would have been close.
Didn't block Wi-Fi.
I was actually sat here earlier thinking it's a good job this camera doesn't go down much lower because this top has become a little bit of a crop top, which is not a look.
Is that why you're on sandwiches today?
Yes, exactly.
And it began.
I ate all the tuck shot along with the mice at Nemo. And so yeah, I need to do something about it.
But yeah,
yeah.
What about you, John?
Yeah. That was a good one.
Of all time.
Good Lord, I don't know.
Race 1, Nemo Raceway.
Yeah, that I guess would be right up there. Yeah,
Moment.
definitely so. Definite moment. That was a lot of effort. Obviously, from a lot of people, original Davy Boy included. That was a lot of effort to make that happen. So yeah, it was a pretty cool moment to do that, I guess. Like half me.
Next.
I don't know. Rumble's got the phone.
So, I guess the prediction.
Start at the top.
Oh, is that?
So tick that one.
What's the pick on there? Tell you what.
Look at that.
John,
It's
there
disappeared
is
to the bottom.
there is so
And now
much sense with this.
A lot goes into this shit. I know it doesn't look like it.
This
I know
is
it looks
amazing.
rubbish. But we actually try.
So, what is the best race ever seen as a spectator? What's the best race you've watched? And you can't say your own race back the night after. You sicko. Deep in thought, so much so we're appear to be consuming ourselves.
I man, I hate doing this.
What was it? Could go
I
wrong
hate
there,
thinking
couldn't it?
back because there's been so many good ones.
I think probably some of like I guess for me, probably some of the nationals, I guess, the nationals probably with Darren Bloomfield.
And Lee, I'm thinking last lap, 2 corners to go.
Yeah.
Inside, Leroy gave him a score.
This is before my time.
Is it?
Yeah, but I've never commentary.
You've been around forever.
I know, I'm like a picture.
Sure you were there.
Yeah, that was
in spirit.
That was a bittersweet moment for me, that one, because I was
So tell me
all of that race.
Explain this tale, assuming we want to visit it.
It was a Coventry National. I'd won maybe the year before or 2 years before that. I don't know. But basically, I was in I think the MBX 7R stage where it had no steering, and the problem with Coventry was it was just hairpins and straights. And I struggled all through qualifying. Did some radical shit for the final, like I normally try and do if stuff's going wrong, and got my car quite good and led for most of the final. And then with a few corners to go, I went through a chicane, and I actually went a bit tighter than normal because Darren was trailing me. I'm too close. I went a bit tighter than normal and hit a stone, and it flicked me wide, and then he went past. And so I was gutted, but also at the same time, I was happy because through qualifying, I was nowhere near.
Yes.
That sounds reasonably disappointing. It's funny talking of MBX 7R and not steering. My one of my original memories of watching you race, it was at Deerdale, and I can't remember if it might have been E-Buggy Truck National, or I can't remember what it was, but you absolutely smoked everyone round. It was very, very impressive. And then I think one of your steering bell crank bolts, this bell crank bushings dropped out in like half a lap. Yeah, I was like, whoa. And it just, I can't remember. I don't even know who then won, but it was just that's a deep set memory.
It was Little Johnny one, Skidmore.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. We actually had a pretty good race.
That wasn't the memorable bit for me, sadly. It was, it was just thinking, oh my God, because you smoked tips. So.
Should we move on to the next question?
Next.
Best, most outrageous overtake ever done?
Well, we know my one. So.
We can't have your one.
No.
That's cheating.
I'll tell you what.
I've got 2 glasses that are so close to falling off.
It's actually giving me anxiety looking at all. So, to answer that, for me, and talking of one of our current guys, is for Danny Bernarbi. So, there's a really good Red RC video, I think. Info RC, maybe. This is a Spanish news outlet that did a thing of Bernarbi passing Baldo.
Yeah, that was quite
fine, or like the pipe, and it was just sensational out of the drift film, which then he was definitely frazzled.
Leroy?
Well, if it's not my one, then Mark Reinhardt's pass winning the 2008 Touring Car World Championship, not just because it was a good pass, it was for a World Championship.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't get better than that, does
it? Was with Hara, wasn't it?
Yes, against Hara.
Yeah.
So, I've got one question left, which is probably going to get featured when we do our pre-race show, Leroy. We're going to have to step up this YouTube stuff, and we're back into racing very soon. So we'll be having a pre-race show and a post-race show to upset all the guys that think we're horrible. which is obviously many.
Yep.
But one of we could do a little sneaky pre-race show, and that was the prediction for the race, the 3-race weekender for the winners and losers. Just a like a very first thought. Good Lord. First thought. We'll try that again.
First thought. I mean, Skidmore's going to be fast, of course. And I know they're going down to practice beforehand because a lot of people are going to be straight from a big hiatus into racing. So the Hall brothers, they're obviously going down to have a bit of practice beforehand, so they'll be fast too. I'll chuck myself in the mix as well as Lewis Jones. Lewis Jones is owed a win at Nemo. You know, he's been up there most of the races, and now he's got dialed package. So I reckon I'm going to go Jonesy.
That's
Agreed.
That's good. I like it. So there we go. Early thoughts. Jonesy.
Yeah.
Don't take any pressure because there's no pressure.
No pressure.
I am by no means ever going to
let him have it.
Exactly.
I think Jonesy's going to be quick. I think the Skidders are going to be quick. I think you're going to be quick. Obviously, Mr. Cragg is going to be quick. Let's not forget, he's going to be right there.
He's going to be fast. It just worries me that he's going straight into it.
Straight into it. Also Clancy as well. I think Clancy's going to be quick.
And maybe Sloppy will, he'll sneak in somewhere there. He's jumped on.
I think that's a good shout. I think Sloppy could stalk, couldn't he? He was quite stalky the last couple of races. He just kept himself to himself and did his thing, and that was somewhere near the front, wasn't it? Seconds and thirds and stuff like that. So it's only going to take someone having a bit of a misstep. And so I think that's the most, for me, like doing these races, that's the most exciting thing is we have got the UK's best coming to our races, which is awesome. And thank you to everybody to come and, for coming and supporting it. It's going to make it really fun for us putting those races on. Obviously, the biased bit of me hopes that Lewis or yourself is going to be right there winning those. But equally, I love a show. I'm all about the show, really, to be fair. And so, as long as we get a good race and it's close and it's fun and something that we can commentate on, we're going to be streaming it live as well on Live RC. Maybe even we'll do a Facebook Live as well, just see how we work with that like we've done before. It's going to be something.
We'll do a YouTube Live.
YouTube Live, that is true, actually. That's 100%. There we go. YouTube Live. Well, YouTube Live, the final. I'm not racing this one, so definitely not going to be in the A final unless we just make it up as we go along, which we could do.
Depends how much.
Yes, exactly.
Depends how much, Robin.
Fiver.
I'd do a lot for a fiver, to be fair.
Fiver and a bed.
Make it 6 quid. Have a deal.
But okay, so we're going to YouTube Live the final, and we're going to be doing blogs hopefully through the weekends as well from a pre-race, after qualifying, and then after the race itself as well. So we've got lots lined up for these races. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a busy time, but fun time.
It's going to be awesome. So, anything else to report before we check out for an early finish?
I've got no questions on the side. If there's nothing, or no questions on my phone, if there's nothing on the side, we can do a. I think
the only thing I just want to say is that for all those watching, obviously our diehards, is we've obviously just played, like John said, but has now been actioned, or was actioned before I came on. Was that we've obviously played with the numbers. So I've opened up. All of the people on the reserve list have now have the option to follow the link that I've sent to then check out their race entry. But it also means for those that didn't sign an out of stock notification or put themselves on the reserve list, there are now spots available. So,
but only a few.
Only a few. So if you're going to do it, you've got to absolutely jump on it.
Are they live now or not?
Live now.
Okay.
I saw a few pinging through as we're online. So I mean, who knows? Get involved if you want to come, and don't delay because they will disappear.
Don't delay. Talking dirty. Talbotini for the A main. That could happen.
Could happen.
Yeah, we've missed out Talbot
Depends.
on the.
It depends whether he's doing the dinosaur with his transmitter. If he's doing the dinosaur and holding the transmitter, it's there. He's there.
On it.
But he likes to start looking like a pro and then moves into full dinosaur when it's going well.
Full squeeze up.
Yeah, Truggy. We've got Truggy. We haven't said, obviously, e-buggy and truck as well. We want those full. I think they're nearly full.
Yeah, not far off. Not far off. I mean, there are spots. There are places for trucks.
Excited to see a full heat of truck going around that track. Leroy, you're in truck, so Jonesy as well.
Yeah,
it's going to be. It's going to be fun.
It's good to see the cars, having a bit of resurgence.
Coming back.
Interesting.
Stephen Hawkins.
Oh, good lord! Well, there's a good chance of that as well. To be fair, I don't know whether he class it as a truck or a buggy.
Stephen Hawking?
Yeah, four-wheel drive. Interesting about the our comments from last week about the e-buggy and truck for the nationals. Obviously,
yes,
he did.
Mr. Bridge came back to rumble on that as well. Some of the comments we were thinking about, yourself, doing the e-buggy Saturday and the truck on the Sunday. Something that definitely would get some consideration.
Yeah.
Obviously, can't do it for this year as the rules are set, but go in as a proposal and be considered for 2022. So that will be a very interesting one to see how that plays out. See if we get those classes going, which would be awesome for everybody. And then maybe we could look at trialing something in 2022. So good to see. Good job, like I said before, from those guys that are trying to organise that series, of just being open-minded and thinking, let's try something out of the box to get this section back up to where it used to be, which was, full races and full truck nationals and all that sort of stuff. So,
I mean,
it takes a time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All these things, you plant the seed and you have to just wait. You have to just keep, trying your best, keep turning it over, and in the end, it will come good. Because it deserves it. They're both cool. They're both cool classes, so it will come.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Claire has said Kev for the win. I would be the first one mooneying down the straight if Kev wins. He's just got to go a little bit slower on his fastest lap, and not worry about being the fastest ever, and just do slightly slower than that all the way through, and Kev could win. He could.
Definitely.
He's very fast around Nemo.
Yep.
So I'm with you, Claire. Fingers crossed. Leroy, is that it?
That's it, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Roscoe says he's gonna win Truggy. Is Roscoe coming now?
I hope so.
I didn't know if he was grass racing.
Yeah, I think he's doing some grass racing and stuff. He's definitely going to be there for the May one, I believe.
Right.
Fingers crossed again.
Cool. So yeah, that's basically it. If everyone's online still watching, give us a thumbs up. We've had quite a few, but it'd be nice to see more. Why not?
Good. And we've had one thumbs down, which is really good for the Matrix. And
that's all we need.
Make us 7. Yeah, one's fine.
One's fine. We're happy with 1. You don't need to keep doing the down. You just press the up one. That's good. Unless your laptop's upside down.
Yes.
In which case, you've been watching us in a very strange way.
Could be.
Apart from that, chaps, it's been wonderful once again.
An emotion.
So
when we get into the show next week, it will be the week of the races.
Oh, mate, and then it's on. John's froze in a very funny pose.
We'll have videos and
Exciting.
it is exciting. But, however, is less exciting is the job ahead.
There we go.
Alongside or the continuation of today.
Well, I know.
Which is
that's part of the.
That it makes it a dream.
We're all something.
We're all heading for a good race.
We are.
This isn't vodka, it's water.
So,
wink.
Okay, let's take it away, Leroy.
We're going to check out. We have another busy day of track work tomorrow, so we need our beauty sleep.
Past that.
And that's that. We'll get the track ready for all you guys to come and rag around it and enjoy yourselves as much as possible. So We'll be back next week, same time, 8:30. We'll give lots of details and probably even a sneak peek of a driver's briefing.
Yep, hopefully we'll have a driver's briefing video for then. Also entry lists as well. Hopefully we'll have sorted by then. As we said, the race is like basically full. So it'd be nice to get those out early, Mr. Rumble, race director.
Agreed.
Yeah. So yeah, lots of stuff next week.
Wicked. So thanks for watching, everyone. Remember, there's still a great deal from the Gamma A319, A319P, A319E, A319EP, A215T. Is if you purchase any kit, you get a year's free membership, all access pass to Nemo Raceway. 12 months, completely free, practice whenever you want. Not races, just practice. But oh my God, what a deal. I'm going to go buy one just for that.
Leroy, it's been a pleasure.